Good evening, peoples. I am out here at the school testing out another multi-rotor. This is like the first expensive multi-rotor I've ever bought, and the frame's not even that expensive. It's a DJI 330, little tiny thing, but I got a Naza just to test, just to see, you know, really what the difference is. And it's got some cool features, but still testing it. To be honest, its normal flight characteristics are about equivalent to a KK2, if not maybe a little worse. I'm not saying a KK2 is better in any way, so don't misread me. I'm still adjusting gains a little. This is GPS lock. Sort of does a good job. Still gaining altitude. Hold on. That's probably why. I mean, it's a little quad, so you wouldn't expect it to have too much stability, but it's also a tank, and it doesn't have that much room, you know, that much surface area to get pushed around by the wind. It's a pretty windy day, by the way, so I'm sure this thing would be rock solid on a perfectly calm day. But this is still GPS lock, hovering around a little bit, chasing me down here. You know, you can't do this with the KK2, and it's a cool feature, using the GPS and also like a fail-safe return to home type of thing. So really cool, pretty impressive. But my God, there's just something about the simplicity of having a screen on board and being able to truly dial your stuff in. Like, let's directly compare the Naza to the KK2. Naza GPS has a GPS module, really cool. Has a return to home. I still haven't touched the controls, right? So return to home and the GPS. You take that away and you have just the basic Naza board, which means pretty good control, pretty good stability, auto level feature like the KK2, probably a little more dialed in. But I mean, I paid $400 US dollars for this Naza GPS unit. And when you count the frame, the motors, this whole setup right here is $600. $600 for this little thing. And it's really cool, no doubt, but it's $600. Oh my God, I could build like 3 Octas with KK2s from Hobby King for that. And you know, I'm not trying to sell you Hobby King stuff here. I bought this because it's a quality product, and there's no doubt I still haven't touched the controls. It's really cool. But the KK2 is easier to adjust, and it's more adjustable. Like, I can really dial it in. There's normal flight characteristics when I have this in normal mode that bug me because I have such a perfect, oh, I don't know why it's losing altitude there. But, you know, I have this very set way that I like my multi-rotors to fly, and I can turn a KK2 on and just go through the sequence and know exactly how I want it to fly. This, I need to bring it in, boot my Mac up on a PC side, you know, and plug it in, open everything up, adjust the gains, adjust the control, tell it exactly how I want it set up, and it's all doable, but it doesn't have the degree of adjustability, and it doesn't have anything close to ease of adjustability. So, cool factor through the roof with the GPS, no doubt, but cost prohibitive and incredibly difficult to dial in. So this is GPS lock, pretty sweet. I'll put it on altitude hold now as it loses altitude. See how it's drifting away though? Now it's altitude hold, but drift. So okay, so flying around with altitude hold is actually pretty good. It's real stable, real fluid. This is probably how I would do the majority of my FPV. But the downside that I found that I can't quite figure out how to dial in, and I haven't played with throttle curve yet, is my battery already going? Is the sensitivity to altitude change. Even in this setting and GPS, the sensitivity to altitude change is a little extreme, and I should be able to dial it back with a couple gain settings, but I think I'm going to end up having to put a throttle curve on it, because when I'm flying FPV, I want 10% of my stick to be able to maintain perfect altitude. Go back into GPS hold. See, that is really cool. But, so, you know, with the KK2, I could dial it in easy. With this, I can't. Still off the controls, by the way. So, this video is totally selling people on these boards, and they're great. There's no doubt. But, man, those KK2s. Down you go. Those KK2s are freaking epic. Just bang for the buck. There's just nothing out there like it. Oh, what's it doing? So yeah, in GPS mode you can still fly around, and then the second you let go of the controls, it should son, go back into a lock. But you have to have, as far as my knowledge goes, you have to have it at a 50% throttle to lock the altitude. It'll lock the position otherwise though. So there we go, hands off, 50% throttle, drifting away, coming back. There she is, sorta. This is yeah, so it's getting dialed in. Got full GPS lock now. Oh wait, it's a nice little board. $600 nice? Yes. Still hands off right now. I don't know why it just did that. Couple weird little things. Should have been a nice hold, but $600 nice. I would say $600 nice, yes, but only if you absolutely need it for, you know, an application. If you're piloting FPV at significant distance over water, which is a lot of what I do, the GPS and the failsafe is really important, because it could mean the difference between getting your craft back and not. But if you're a sport flyer and you just want to flick it around, if you want to do loops and flips and stuff, you don't want this controller. I can tell you right off the bat, it'll do it, but it does not do it like a KK2 does. And you can turn a KK2 into a flying machine like this minus the GPS, and then instantly go through stick scaling, and you've got this ridiculous over the top, like have to be Bobby Watts to control the thing quad. I mean, the versatility of the KK2 is astounding. Plus the fact that Rolf is pretty much opening it up to open source now, and it's going to only get better. Only get better, and I guarantee people will have hack mods for GPS units and stuff pretty soon. Yeah, so application specific, absolutely. Naza's pretty sweet. I don't think I'd recommend this frame and power setup. This was the ARF, came with the motors and the ESCs. Nice little system, nice frame, no doubt, but heavy. It's like a lot of power for its size, but it's also real heavy. This thing is just a little tank. Battery life's pretty good, as you can see. I've basically been flying hands off this entire time. Let's see if we can do some pirouettes here. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, it's weird with the autopilot. I'm used to having so much control, but such a cool feature. Now the weird thing, let's find out what it does here. Okay, I'm back to normal mode. You can see a huge difference. This is hands-off normal mode. I gotta throttle down a little. Still hands off. It just drifts away, just like a KK2 would, a little bit. Whoa. Yeah, there's a few things I hate about the way this flies in normal mode. If I were just whipping a quad around, I would be very upset with this type of handling characteristics. But theoretically, I should actually be able to turn the transmitter off in GPS mode, and it goes up and then lands. Okay, this is gonna be freaky, to be honest. I'm in GPS lock, just turned my transmitter off. Okay, that's not what it's supposed to do. Anyone explain why? Have it set. Weird. Okay, well, I'll have to figure that out. This is why I moved over the grass. Theoretically, there's a safety feature, return to home. This is the first day I've actually used this thing, so I might just have my settings screwed up, but I'm quite positive that it's right. Huh. Because I'm in GPS mode, GPS up. It should go back to the home location. Okay, I'm going to turn it off again. It's going to do the same thing, I'm sure. Get down a little bit. Off. Powers down and just goes down. Interesting. Huh. This battery's got to be getting low now. Okay, well, you'll be seeing more of this board pretty soon. I'm sure I'll get a lot more flight time with it, figure out the return to home. I don't see why it's not doing it, though. It doesn't make much sense to me. But, yeah, I'll figure it all out. So, thanks for watching. If you're wondering, no Hawaii for me quite yet. I'm not sure what's going on with that whole situation, but thanks for all the comments. Building a cage around the hex, and as far as multipathing goes, I was going to hope for the best with satellite receivers on 2.4 spectrum, and wasn't going to be using a 5.8 system. I was going to be using a 1.2 gigahertz system with some custom antennas to combat multipathing, which should work through most walls. But thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. Thumbs up, subscribe, and all that good stuff if you like what I'm doing. So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.